CTV, experiencing life.
Roll camera.
0 munana 0 0 2 0 3 0 3 iyo enamba ya corona e Uganda.
Abe mwana mamu batata tusigale waka bino si byakusaga nkimanyi kizibu naye kiba kitutasa yeboy tutyame tuwulirize bye batukoba ab'ebyobulamu bye batukoba tunabe mu ngalo bye batukoba ni sabuni sanitizer bye batukoba
bongereyo bambi tekabo ka distance tekabo space wakati wonange tongwa mu kafuba corona distance wabula kulwanyisa kirwadde kikambongereyo bambi tekabo ka distance tekabo space wakati wonange tongwa mu kafuba corona distance wabula kulwanyisa kirwadde kikambongereyo.
A very good day, our dear viewers. I'm Marvin Asiimwe to bring you the great people in our societies who have been influential in the development of our societies. And today I bring you Mr Katto Fred, who has been a very great key factor in the transformation of the educational sector through the Ministry of Education and Sports in his community. And he's going to be telling us perhaps which measures are they going to put in place as they receive the candidates. And we are seeing the country using the e-conferencing technology like the judicial system. What is his view in that case, and also which advice can he give to the non-candidates at school, at home, sorry?
CTV, experiencing life.
As you've heard, I'm Katto Fred, a resident of this place in the Kundo district. I hail from Kigezi sub-region, the current Rwanda district, but a permanent resident as per now in the Kundo district. That's where I work. I've celebrated more than 50 birthdays. I'm a parent, a teacher, a God-fearing citizen, and a head of a family. As you've heard, I have passed through the Ugandan education system, call it P7, Senior 4, Senior 6, first degree and second degree, up to when I have qualified to be a teacher of secondary education. I served as a teacher of chemistry and mathematics in Mubende regional schools, particularly in Etiana, where I was based in Etiana Secondary School for 13 years. And I'm currently a teacher in the Kakumiro district, serving as a teacher of chemistry, at the same time as a head teacher of Naro Secondary School. Generally, to wind it up all, I'm a teacher, a farmer, and a small-scale entrepreneur.
Sir, we have probably heard that you have just completed your master's degree in education. What has pushed you to go and then acquire this degree in that?
That is a good inquiry from me. Education, I can say, never ends. When you stop education, then you have stopped learning and you have stopped getting information. Yet in the current situation, information is changing day by day, migrating from analog to digital, and information is changing according to the evolution and revolutionary changes which take place in the world. First of all, as you attain higher education in the field of administration,
Absolutely.
you are enhancing leadership skills. You become a better leader than how you were previously before attaining such a program. A master's degree was attained in Walsh University, USA, but the program was being managed by University of Kisubi in Kampala in Tebe Road. When you complete a program, you feel you are being helpful even at higher levels other than the education system. It is a situation where you can now leave secondary education and be helpful in higher studies. And equally, a master's degree is a requirement for one to be designated substantive head teacher secondary education institution. At the same time, it is a step that you must take before you enroll for a PhD if you are to continue with education up to the last degree.
That is absolutely true. Actually, during this time when Uganda is under total lockdown, how best have you managed yourself, and what advice can you give to our viewers on how to keep safe when they are in perhaps their homes?
Okay, thank you, Presenter. You have brought in a question at the right time when we are in a situation that is unusual and is a designated abnormal. Okay, by virtue of training, at the same time how I was brought up, and I can say even coupled with natural intellect, or what you usually call common sense, I have learned, one, to follow instructions, particularly during sensitive times. I know that prevention is better than cure, and as such, obeying guidelines of the Minister of Education and the President, even using personal understanding of the epidemic, being a scientist, have been able to stay at home, to keep a social distance. I sanitize where necessary. I disinfect where necessary. Hand washing has been as usual. And the mask here, whenever I'm in public, is a must. Now, Ugandans, both in Uganda and in the diaspora, let us not underestimate what is called a pandemic. This COVID-19, where there is no cure so far identified, you need to be extra careful. And you can see the government has done its best using the available resources. We appreciate it. And instead, we shouldn't criticize for the sake of criticizing. It has done its best. Our role is now to act humanly and collectively we manage the crisis. If not, each and every person is going to take his or her share, and automatically will share the blame. So it would be better if we were to collectively come together and fight the virus, because you cannot fight it as an individual. I can decide to fight it as an individual, but eventually, since it moves from one person to another, I get it from elsewhere, a person who has handled it carelessly. Thank you.
So this probably pushes us to the next question, whereby we have seen the judicial system using the e-conferencing technology. What do you think about this technology?
No, e-conferencing is the way to go. It is not only in the judicial system. Because this lockdown has acted as an eye-opener. It has sent signals that the analog type of leadership, management and administration, including information dissemination, should be changed electronically to suit the ambition of the current technology if we are to compete globally and manage issues without astronomical expenditure. You are aware that people have been handling, officers have been handling workshops at a distance, far away, very costly. A workshop that could take less than 50,000 shillings is in millions of dollars. I want you to imagine a workshop taking 40 minutes. Takes you 2 weeks to prepare, get air tickets, visas, and get accommodation abroad. So the e-conferencing, this is zooming issue, is bringing different parties together at a distance. And in a situation like judicial system, where courts of law have been handling cases in the presence of victims, you will find that this minimizes chaos, that it disrupts business in towns, and it will even reduce excitement and anxiety, which would even have resulted into tension in the surrounding. So a situation where a case is sensitive and a person is likely to cause tension, video conferencing can work. A person remains at a distance, and either a hearing, a mention, or a ruling can take place when they are using e-conferencing. In the same situation, I can see e-conferencing, if acted upon, you extend more time in handling the cases or in handling those conferences, and therefore will reduce the backlog of cases in courts, will reduce even the astronomical expenditure that organizations put in place to handle seminars, conferences, symposiums, and so on. That is a few things I have over that.
Okay, then Mr. Katto, many parents out there are asking themselves, yes, the schools are waiting for their candidates to come back, and how best have schools prepared to receive these candidates?
Receiving candidates wouldn't be so a big issue, because institutions have always known how to manage their situations. But as per now, we cannot handle any situation before we receive the guidelines in relation to standard operating procedures by the Minister of Education, Minister of Health, and the President of the Republic of Uganda. We need to know the guidelines from task forces, and you can also use our schools' understanding and environment and as to how we can handle the pandemic situation. But as per now, what we know, hand washing facilities must be in place at different spots. Disinfecting and sanitizers, social distance in classes, in dormitories, and even the school compound. All must be adhered to. Wearing of masks must be emphasized. And we need to identify the workforce, teaching and non-teaching staff, to handle the many streams that will have developed out of social distancing, both candidate classes. We must keep the environment extremely clean. And we must have, if possible, we need to have a medical personnel either in or near the school, so that whenever there is any emergency, those people can come in. But the challenge is, these institutions in Uganda, they have been affected by lockdown like any other organization.
That is true.
We need capitalization of institutions by government, so that we can be able to put these items in place, like temperature guns and all those that I have already mentioned. Otherwise, once we get the guidelines, then that one will act as a key for us to open and see what we can do to schools. Otherwise, where the pandemic has not spread beyond out of proportions, we can arrange and start, but it will depend on how the Ministry of Education and Sports and the Government of the Republic of Uganda, how it sees the situation, whether it can be handled or it may not be handled.
Perhaps now many parents out there that's in Uganda, they have been complaining that they had paid fees for their students during term 1, and now we see time going and perhaps we should be in term 2. So these candidates that are almost reporting back to school and their parents had paid their fees to completion or halfway, what are you going to do about this issue?
Okay, thank you for that that question. I would like the public to know that institutional timetables are not rigid.
Yeah.
And they are not going to be rigid. Because you may be knowing that a term starts in this month, but in a situation like this one, when it is rescheduled, they can bring in a timetable that is fitting the number of days that will complete first term. They gazette number of days that will be enough for second term. And again, they gazette more days to complete third term. The issue you can see is that in case we open by June, then the closure of third term is likely to be as late as 18th to 20th December of this month. But according to the existing syllabus of government, institutions in Uganda, when well timetabled, the pupils and the students cannot fail to complete the work they are supposed to complete. At the same time, people shouldn't get worried about school fees issues. If they slot some time to complete the first term, those who had completed payments will be catered for. Those who have not completed will have to complete the fees balance. And as the continuation of second term continues, then candidates or rather learners will be required to pay a full amount of second term. I know lockdown has disturbed many.
That's true.
But schools also act humanly. I'm citing an example of a UC school where I work. You could find that only 20% are the learners who come with full payment. You find 70% coming with part payment. And 80% reporting to school without paying a coin at all. So this issue of fees or no fees, once the guidelines are out, the schools will see how best they can handle it in a humane arrangement. Thank you.
Perhaps how best can a non-candidate who is going to stay at home until when they say they have to go back to school, how best can they use this time when they are at home so that they keep informed?
First of all, I can say, to begin with, meanwhile, let us stay home, stay safe. Academic education has no end, provided the learner is willing to pursue it. Any disruption of 2-3 months does not mean that academic education has come to an end. But life first. You cannot attain education when you don't have life. People should learn from home. the government has emphasized and has enabled learners to get information from TVs, radios, and hard copies. It is unfortunate there are some areas where such information cannot reach, but I wanted to inform you that learning can take place from home.
Yeah.
Much as academic may not take place up to maximum, or cannot be sufficiently good, but you can learn, for example, social-emotional education. Parents should engage their children, younger children, to learn how to live with them, how to live with neighbors, involve them in gardens, involve them in other small work in homes. They should learn how to prepare meals. They should learn how to prepare homes, the compounds, and gardening. But I wanted to assure you that in times of crisis, everything is handled abnormally until a normal situation comes. I wanted to cite an example of myself. We were caught up in war.
Yes.
When we were in senior one. And when schools resumed, we found ourselves in senior two.
Yeah.
But today I'm telling you that I have even the second degree. That one did not stop the government from coming up with an arrangement for those schools to cover the lost senior one work and the push on senior two work.
Yes.
So the timetable cannot be rigged. It is prepared by people. And again, it can be dismantled by people and remade by people again. I finally wanted to tell you about somebody who behaved like how the government has behaved. It has taken a decision that really is detrimental to people's work schedules and the way of living. But they are trying to save lives. Now, if you want to have a comfortable zone, but you lose life, or you are denied the comfortable zone for a short time, but retain your life, I think the latter is better. You are reminding me of this man Ben Carson, celebrated neurosurgeon in America. This gentleman, one time was dealing with a patient who had a brain tumor. Removed the malignant growth. There was malignant growth of the brain. Opened the skull, removed it, but every time it reappeared. Tried to remove for the second time, it reappeared. Now, when they saw that the patient was going to die, he thought of a radical procedure which was against the medical association guidelines during their time. He compared two things: to go by the medical association guidelines and leave the patient die, or to take up a radical procedure and give a patient a probability of dying and a probability of surviving. So what he did, he carried out a radical procedure which was not allowed during that time, and which was giving a patient only 20% survival. But eventually, with the help of God, the patient survived. So this is what the government is doing. It is taking radical procedures to see that Ugandan is survive. But the procedures are being taken against the will of the people. The government is trying to save. It is wonderful.
Yes.
That's what I had, my viewers and listeners. Thank you for that.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Katto, for probably giving in your time to talk to us. And maybe next time we shall come back to you to give us your views about different issues in the society. And yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are welcome. I have all that takes in the community. Thank you.
Our dear viewers, this has been a great man in Kakumiro district, that is exactly in Narayo sub-county, where he is the head teacher, Narayo Senior Secondary School. He's a great man and he has done a lot in transformation of the educational sector in his society. Now, dear viewers, have you ever asked yourself what motivated, what exactly inspired our dear religious leaders, politicians, local council leaders, doctors, DPCs, perhaps even students leaders in schools to be where they are? Keep following us on our program under the theme For the Love of Great People in Transformation of our Communities. Thank you. See you next time. I remain Marvin Asiimwe.
CTV, experiencing life.
Roll camera.
0 munana 0 0 2 0 3 0 3 hiyo enamba ya corona Uganda.
Abe mwana mamu batata tusigale waka bino si bya kusaga nkimanyi kizibu naye kiba kitutasa yeboy tutyambe tuwulirize bye batukoba ab'ebyobulamu bye batukoba tunabe mu ngalo bye batukoba ni sabuni sanitizer bye batukoba
bongereyo bambi tekawo ka distance tekawo space wakati wonange tongwa mu kafuba corona distance wabula kulwanyisa kirwadde kikambongereyo bambi tekawo ka distance tekawo space wakati wonange tongwa mu kafuba corona distance wabula kulwanyisa kirwadde